Not everybody enjoys the PC experience. Now, I made a video about a gentleman that has recently made his way into PC gaming. In his video, he spoke extensively as to some of the benefits that he's enjoying. He talked about how the games look good, how the games look better, and how, in his own opinion, he thinks he'll be sticking with PC for a while. In that video, I also mentioned some things that I know, you know, we know that PC has that's better than console. For instance, PC is not bound by so-called generations of games. Majority of games that are old that you probably didn't have in the 360 days or maybe Xbox One days, you can find them if they had their PC version and play them on whichever machine that you have that meets the requirements. Now, some of them may require, because they're old software pieces trying to work with new hardware, that you make some, amends, or you can emulate if you have a disc or, a copy of the console version and still be able to play them on your PC machine. There's nothing inherently bad about that. This doesn't mean that I'm recommending anybody play on PC. In fact, I already know, and I've said this in other videos, that many people are starting to look at PC now because for them, the reasons that they've bought these consoles apparently don't seem to be getting satisfied by the console manufacturer. So some people want to take their gaming into their own hands. If you ever choose and decide to do that, you'll find out that it's a PC that can do that for you. Since then, I've been getting some really interesting comments. This comment said, and it continued, I think the problem with many PC channels is that they assume people don't like PC because they never try it. There are many people who have never tried to use a PC that already have an opinion about it. I'm not presuming that everybody doesn't like PC until they try it. I just said, don't knock it until you try it. I did say that in that video because there are people who have never used a gaming PC. All they know is what they've been told about PC because, again, at the same time, I can show you comments on the Video Game Fight School channel where people are telling me, yo, we just moved to PC and man, I can tell you that the experience is fun. In some cases, some people tell me, I can tell you that overclocking has not necessarily been fair to me in the way that it's actually panned out. So you'll see different opinions across the board. There is a learning curve. There's a little bit of patience that's required. There's a little bit of people just basically taking their time to understand the ecosystem. When I first overclocked my own PC, I didn't bother to do that until years after actually ever having touched a gaming PC. Whereas I just saw a comment from somebody who was already jumped into overclocking in a very, in a premature way. That's not even something that they would even do for your consoles. But again, it's their own choice to figure it out. But they need to understand that, everybody's technological capabilities have an ending point. You said, so they don't know what they're missing, or at least that's how the message sounds. You said, it's not like that. It's not always like that. You said, I was a PC player for at least a decade when I was a student, then I bought a 360. If you were a PC gamer around this time, you were using some of, in my opinion, the most primitive methodologies of playing video games at the time. There's no doubt about it. Gaming on PC was not as straightforward. I remember that time because by, God's providence, I was alive at that time. I was a young boy. I was not in university for sure, but I was a young high schooler, junior high, where I was able to tinker. I had a bro that basically showed me the ropes on PC. And yes, I can tell you, man, you buy a disc to play a PC game, bro, you literally be sitting there trying all kinds of things, DirectX and all that. So I do understand those challenges. However, I just fired up Space Marine 2 yesterday, an old game without any issues or any problems. And ladies and gentlemen, we now have even forums to be able to tell you whenever you buy an old game that says, hey, by the way, this game may not launch on your PC, or if you need this game to launch on your PC, this is what you still have to do. I also have audience members, like I said, like K88M1 saying, I can't lie, I've been playing cloud gaming on PC, and I gotta say, pretty much I'm jumping into PC 100% after having tried it. Then I also have somebody also as well, who says, I'm still playing on PC, on the PS4 and the PS5 Pro and all of this. There are people that have different opinions as to how the PC ecosystem has served them, right? So when you say the 360 days, you have to admit that today and the 360 days in PC gaming, actually, no, even today and the PS4 days in PC gaming is very different. You said, when I was already working and experience fit me better, then on the next gen PS4, I built a PC with the intention to coming back to gaming, which is interesting because that's when I actually built my first PC with the intention of coming back to gaming because I first owned other PCs. Those were, in quote, pre-built. I mean, they just came like that. We didn't even need to use dedicated graphics to play a lot of games. CPUs could run a lot of games back in the day. And you said that it didn't work for me. Fine. That is your own prerogative. That is your own experience. I've shown people on the channel here the PC components that I actually built with when I first started building my own, when I built my own PC back then. I already did my own research and I realized that this is the gaming PC that I wanted to go ahead and build because it was going to play the game that I wanted to go ahead and game on at the performance that I wanted it to go ahead. I used an RX 480 GPU. I paid $180 right now for that thing. There's an 8 gig, there's a 4 gig version. I bought the 4 gig version. There's an 8 gig version right now on Amazon that is about the same price as the 4 gig version from back in the day. And even now you can get it for way cheap to be able to go ahead and play $65. I first put another GPU, but that GPU did not get the job done. This is the exact brand I bought, the MSI, but I bought the 4 gig version. This one right here. I remember giving it away to someone that was trying to, figure, because there's no need for a 4 gig GPU. They just wanted to test out if their PC build was working. And so I said, nah, no worries about it. I don't need it. Right? So it worked out for me because I did my homework. And again, I was already well versed with PC. And I never really owned a dedicated console per se. Somebody gave me an Xbox 360 as well, which is funny too. But I still went ahead and built me a PC because I knew that I could get access to those games on 360, right? And PS3 that I wanted to play on PC, the Arkham games. You said I agree with many of the arguments about simplicity of use. That's fine. But you have to think, ladies and gentlemen, the person in this video actually bought a pre-built system. So I don't know if we're actually arguing two different lines of thought or if we're trying to argue the same thing. You're saying, I can assure you, I don't fear the technical challenges. That's not what I'm saying, because the technical challenges never even affected him. In his video, he literally showed a picture of him with the pre-built box. And I went ahead and asked some people, I said, hey man, where could that be? And somebody even told me that PowerSpec is the Micro Center in-house brand of gaming PCs. I didn't know that, but they know that. And so that's basically what they told me. So it's a pre-built. Here it is. Wannabe Hobo said it. Said PowerSpec is Micro Center's in-house brand. Got it. Learned something new. I've been to a Micro Center once. And he said, in fact, I work in IT and always build my own PCs, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe I see the PCs as the work environment and I need a different one for when I want to detach. I do have a different PC to detach. Now, that is extra funds. So if a console does the job, by all means, nobody is saying that, a console is not going to do a better job. But you have to admit that many of your 360 games that cannot be played on your PS4, because they're, they're two generations, or many of your 360 games that can be played on the on the Xbox One, in terms of even mostly third-party developers, the ones that ended up on PC, you can get access to them. That's one of the fun things I like about gaming, because a lot of old games were already there. They've added to the back catalog of video games that we can't even consume fully, right? And they're good games. They are very good games. And so this is one major aspect right now of gaming that a lot of people are not necessarily talking about. The PC market is growing by leaps and bounds. The reports are out there. Just recently, they were talking about how the PC market has basically gone crazy in terms of people that are dialing in, and how it's grown steadily, and how most PC gamers are playing old games. Why are PC gamers playing old games? Because many of the old games are actually pretty freaking good. They beat and smoke a lot of the games that are coming out today. So this whole thing about PC and the whatever, no. We're all gamers here. The console is a PC. I mean, you of all people, you know that. I mean, you're not saying anything that I don't know, and I'm not saying anything that you don't know. So we should enjoy where we game, but still, there's nothing wrong in talking about the upsides of a specific platform over another. Anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and point that out, because I just think this is getting this is getting mixed and wires are getting crossed. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you all so much. Peace out.